Hey, good morning, brother. Thanks for your willingness to hear some feedback from me this morning. What I wanted to share with you, or the reason I reached out, is because I noticed something that I see a lot, and I mean so much that it's really predictable. You're gonna have to bear with my rooster crowing in the background there. Something that happens with a lot of men when the relationship is in crisis or in doubt or in kind of a limbo period. It happens a lot when a woman has said she wants space. Maybe she says, I need to figure things out. I'm not sure about us. Maybe she says, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I want a separation. I want a divorce, all these things. When that happens, one of the common responses in men, among many things, is to change their Facebook profile pictures. And they tend to do that where they change it to a picture of them as a couple in some happy moment or memory. And they start getting all kinds of likes and loves and everything. But to the woman involved, it's not received the way a man might think or hope. I probably should have picked a different place to do this video. My rooster is waiting for me to feed them. Okay, so listen. A lot of times a man is doing that because he's hoping, he has kind of like a subtle hope or desire that his bride will see that picture, something will be spurred in her. Maybe she'll be triggered in some way to remember the good times. Maybe she'll see it as a symbol of his undying love and devotion. Maybe she'll see it and have an emotional response. But all of these are really, to be honest, a form of manipulation. That's how it feels to her. And I noticed on your picture, for example, there was something like 208 responses, which is what caught my attention because it's a relatively new change. Well, every one of those 208 affirmations, the thumbs up, the likes, the loves, to the woman feels like one more piece of pressure because she's uncertain. And when she sees her husband doing this shift, putting it out in front of the public and saying, look, I love you, she sees it as kind of like a manipulative tactic to garner support and get people on his team. Now, I'm not saying that's your intention. I'm just saying it's really important to understand that when a woman is feeling pressure, all these things feel like more pressure. Every person you get to agree with you, every person you get to affirm the relationship, to her actually feels like more pressure to head in that direction. And it's not a positive pressure for her. It's actually just negative pressure. It feels to her like everybody wants this to work out, including my husband, and I'm not sure yet. And so I want to encourage you to just think about this, to think very carefully about any subtle way that you encourage your wife to come back towards you. Anything that you do that's pressure is going to work against you. Instead, I want you to think about creating aroma. I want you to make the word aroma a bit of a mantra for yourself. I want you to think about creating a life that smells so good that it invites people around you to come in. I want you to think like you're a bakery on the street in your town. Hopefully a bakery without roosters. And I want you to think about baking things that smell so delicious that even people that don't say they're hungry walk by your bakery and say, I don't know what that is, but I need to have some. When you start living like that, that creates the best kind of opportunity for both you and for your possibly estranged or struggling wife to decide that she wants to be near you. Because what you've done is you've created an aroma that is intoxicating and inviting, and there's no pressure. Just like there's no pressure to buy a baked good from a bakery that's producing a wonderful aroma. It's just there. It's a byproduct of what's happening in the bakery, and it makes some people want to come in and participate. And if a man takes on that kind of vibe in this moment, it's far superior to placing updated pictures on Facebook that have you and a couple that people can respond to that might put pressure on her. Now, what kind of Facebook profile would do that? I think one of the most effective things you could do is go out and live an abundant, joyful life for yourself. Take pictures of you having a great life, which means first you need to be living one. You need to be living a great life that is not seeing part of that greatness as coming from her. It needs to be a great life that's being lived within yourself. And a picture of you with the look of a pleased, calm, confident, joyful self is probably the most effective Facebook profile you could put on there, because it would be representing a greater truth, that you're a man that's creating this kind of aroma in his life, that's living a great life, and it's going to do that no matter what. Because if your great life is hinged upon or contingent upon her returning to the relationship, she can't. She generally won't, because to her, that's too much pressure. That's too much pressure to come back to the relationship to bring part of the greatness with her. And it's also a lot of pressure for you, because it prevents you from being able to live a great life without her. And the most beneficial thing you can do for her, for you, is to learn to be totally okay, no matter what happens. Now, I'm telling you that brother to brother. I know we have actually some similar circumstances. We've been in relationships about the same period of time. My wife and I have been married for 28 years and in a relationship for 30. We have 6 children, 3 boys, 3 girls. And I know what it's like to think about all that crumbling. I know what it's like to feel anxious about the future. But one of the major things that turned my own relationship around was just deciding to be great and okay no matter what happened in my relationship. And that was actually the pathway to a great relationship. With that, I'll wish you a good day. Pardon my grubby appearance here doing chores, feeding goats and chickens here in a minute. And I'll see you soon. Take care.